I'd like to call to order the April meeting of the City of New Bern Board of Adjustment. I'd like to do a roll call, please, Seth.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Peter Dillon.
Here.
Jim Morrison.
Here.
John Riggs.
Here.
Kip Paragoy. Barbara Sampson.
Present.
Jonathan Foster. Ross Beatty.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Thank you. We have one item of new business tonight. It's consideration of a special use permit request for a child daycare center. Property is located at 1200 Simmons Street and is further identified as Craven County Parcel identification number 8-028-034. Does anyone intend to speak tonight? If so, please come forward to be sworn in.
My name is Sonia Simmons. I do.
Thank you.
Thanks.
So, Seth, if you would review the project briefly.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So the property located at 1200 Simmons Street is located in C5 zoning district. The applicant is with us today with the proposed daycare center, which is use code 22.000 in the table of uses, which is a special use in C5. Property is 0.29 acres, and there's currently a commercial office structure on the property. So you see from the aerial photograph, the property is located at the corner of Simmons Street and Meadows, about a block south of the intersection with Noose Boulevard. And you can see the property again here, small area of C5. You've got the site plan. The project went through the departmental site plan review process. Just had a couple of comments. The engineer made those corrections quickly, so they've got site plan approval. No questions or no issues with that. So we've got the table of uses, section 15-146. Again, see here the nursery schools or daycare centers, use code 22.000, are a special use in C5. All the public notice requirements have been met. We've got a photo of the property. So, again, the project went through the DRC on February the 25th, 2022. We found the proposed project is consistent with the plans, rules, and regulations of the City of New Bern. No further changes required. The staff's recommendation, according to 15-146 of the land use ordinance, the daycare center must obtain a special use permit to operate in the C5 zoning district. Staff finds that the applicant has met all the land use ordinance requirements of section 15-54 for a special use permit and has no objection to approval of this request. We'd be happy to take any questions at this time.
Any questions before we start? Okay, you're Ms. Sonia Simmons.
Yes, sir.
If you want to come forward and maybe just briefly add anything you'd like that Mr. Laughlin didn't cover.
What it did is this would be a second business child care that we have here in New Bern. Have our first one location on Highway 55, what we went through 19 years ago. Same type of an adjustment board that we're doing now. And then we have one right beside Burger King, across the street, and beside Wendy's. And that is our preschool and after school. This one here will be located, for 2s through the age of 12, and 12 being just a smaller kindergarten so that we'll have enough room for everyone. Currently we have 17 staff, and some of those staff will be dedicated to this building as well. We've been in it a long time. Separate from that, I have a private school. We know what we're doing. Been doing it a long time. Just as a little bit of history, I did 911 New Bern PD for 10 years in the Department of Correction, worked in the school system for 20. So it is grateful that y'all have granted this because we have a lot more kids in the community that needs the care, and we have the staff to provide what we need in this area.
Okay, thank you. Are there any questions from the board at this
Yes,
point?
I just have to ask one question. Okay, you still going to keep the entrance, will it go into the daycare on Miller Street?
Yeah, we're gonna do the entrance where the fence is,
Yeah.
but we're having the gate where you come out, so it's gonna come in and they're gonna come out on Simmons Street. So where the gate is now, that gate will be open up so that it'll come in one way and they exit the other way. So we're gonna open that gate so it can be a flow exit only.
And you're referring to a chain link fence that you've
Yes, sir.
installed
It's a
around-
chain link fence already there, but we're gonna open it up. I've already talked to the fencing company. They're gonna open it up wide enough that trash truck vehicles can go through there with no problem. But they'll enter in on Meadow, but exit on Simmons.
Okay, we'll now start the actual hearing. The Board of Adjustment holds a quasi-judicial hearing on an application for certificate of appropriateness. The commission hears sworn testimony and evidence provided by the applicant, by parties who received notice of the hearing, and by others who can justify that they have relevant evidence and are directly affected by the application. You had answered these questions on the application, but I do have to go through 6 specific findings that we have to make, and we'll go through them once for the public, and then we'll do them again and actually vote on each one in turn. So the specific findings we need to conclude are, number 1, the requested permit is within its jurisdiction according to the table of permissible uses. Do you have any questions or comments about that?
No, sir.
The application is complete. It appears board members have any questions there about the completeness of the application. I will note that that fence doesn't appear on the drawing that is part of your package.
Okay.
Number 3, if completed as proposed in the application, the development will comply with all the requirements of this ordinance.
Yes, sir.
You've had the site plan review. I believe that's sufficient. The use will not materially endanger the public health or safety if located where proposed and developed according to the plan is submitted.
That's right, it was not.
And was that the reason for your fence?
But the fence was already there, and that was a good thing, because if not, the Division of Child Development, anytime you have a child care center, you have to have a fence
A
around.
lot of traffic, and if anybody is watching this later, it's right next to Piggly Wiggly, right next to the
Yes, sir.
parking lot. The use will not substantially reduce the value of adjoining or abutting property.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you, sir.
Use will not substantially reduce the value of adjoining or abutting property.
No, sir.
Okay. And that the use is a public necessity. It's nice to have, but it's not a public necessity.
Right.
And last, the location and character of the use, if developed according to the plan is submitted and approved, will be in harmony with the area in which it is to be located and in general conformity with the plan of development of the city.
Yes, sir.
Board members have any questions on any of those? You've all looked through the packet? Any more comments?
No,
And we
sir.
have no public, aside from yourself here, so we will not have any additional public comment. Do I have a motion to close the public hearing?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, the public hearing is closed. Now, we'll consider each of those 6 requirements as a board. You're welcome to take a seat.
Okay.
We can talk to you sitting down.
Okay.
Yeah. Number 1, the requested permit is within this jurisdiction according to the table of permissible uses. Are there any board questions or comments about that? I have a motion.
I'll make the motion that requested permits within its jurisdiction according to the table of permissible uses.
Second that.
Roll call, please.
Peter Dillon,
Yes.
Jim Morrison,
Yes.
John Riggs,
Yes.
Ross Beebe,
Yes.
Barbara Sampson.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you. This number 2, the application is complete. Any board questions or comments on that? Do I have a motion?
I make a motion that the application be considered as complete.
Second that.
Board, roll call, please.
Sorry. Peter Dillon,
Yes.
Jim Morrison,
Yes.
John Riggs,
Yes.
Ross Beebe,
Yes.
Barbara Sampson.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Number 3, if completed as proposed in the application, the development will comply with all of the requirements of this ordinance. Any board concerns or comments about that? A motion?
Make a motion. I lost my place. Is it completed as proposed in the application, development will comply with all other requirements? Second that.
Roll call, please.
Peter Dillon,
Yes.
Jim Morrison,
Yes.
John Riggs,
Yes.
Ross Beebe,
Yes.
Barbara Sampson.
Yes.
Motion passes.
And number 4, the use will not materially endanger the public health or safety if located where proposed and developed according to the plan as submitted. Any comments or concerns on that? If I could have a motion, please.
I make a motion that the use will not materially endanger the public health or safety located or proposed and developed according to the plan as submitted.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Peter Dillon,
Yes.
Jim Morrison,
Yes.
John Riggs,
Yes.
Ross Beebe,
Yes.
Barbara Sampson.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Number 5, the use will not substantially reduce the value of adjoining or budding property. Any concerns or comments there? Motion, please.
I'll make a motion. The use will not substantially reduce the value of adjoining or abutting property or uses of public necessity.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Peter Dillon,
Yes.
Jim Morrison,
Yes.
John Riggs,
Yes.
Ross Beebe,
Yes.
Barbara Sampson.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Is there any concern that the use is a public necessity? I don't believe so. Do we all concur in that?
Yeah.
Number 6, the location and character of the use, if developed according to the plan is submitted and approved, will be in harmony with the area in which it is to be located and in general conformity with the plan of development of the city. Any concerns there, comments?
No.
And a motion for that, please?
I make a motion that the location and character of the use, if developed according to the plan is submitted and approved, will be in harmony with the area in which it is to be located and in general conformity with the plan of development of the city.
Second that.
Roll call, please.
Peter Dillon,
Yes.
Jim Morrison,
Yes.
John Riggs,
Yes.
Ross Beebe,
Yes.
Barbara Sampson.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Now I ask for a motion, please, to find that the proposed project does or does not meet the requirements for a special use permit,
I'll make a motion.
that it does meet the requirement,
Yes.
that it meets the requirements. Roll call, please.
Peter Dillon,
Yes.
do we have a second?
Anybody
don't-
else? You second it?
I think,
Second.
did you second it? Bob?
No, I did not second, but I'll second that.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Peter Dillon,
Yes.
Jim Morrison,
Yes.
John Riggs,
Yes.
Ross Beebe,
Yes.
Barbara Sampson.
Yes.
Motion passes.
And a motion to approve the special use permit or deny it?
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion that we approve the special use permit for this application.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Peter Dillon,
Yes.
Jim Morrison,
Yes.
John Riggs,
Yes.
Ross Beebe,
Yes.
Barbara Sampson.
Yes.
The special use permit's granted.
And a final question, are there any conditions that the board or staff may wish to include?
Any additional no, sir. None from staff.
And no board members? All right. We have no additional comments or conditions? So, Ms. Simmons, your permit is approved. Good luck with it. When do you plan to open?
We're trying to shoot for right after Memorial Day, June 1st.
Okay. Well, best wishes.
Thank you very much.
Any other business by the board? Any comments, questions, or motion to adjourn?
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion that we adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, motion was approved. Meeting's adjourned.
Yeah, smooth and fast.
Thank you.